we went on a deliverance. And I know demons because I see them. Most of them are like monkeys. Some are like dogs, 4-footed. The face may be different, but is in the likeness of a dog. Especially the ones that are in charge of driving sex. They are like dogs. I've seen them. So I deal with them. Once in a while he opens my eyes, I see them, so I know how they look like. So that's in my own diary of devils. That's how they are. Until we went for this deliverance. What was it about? I don't want to mention the name of the city. Some of you are from there. In that city, the scepter of witchcraft that was used as the first peg of witchcraft in that city was given by the Oba of Benin himself. I'm talking about things in centuries ago. So the current person that was manning that sisterhood of witches, because they're only women, that sisterhood of witches, she was 87 years old at the time. And then they initiated this new intent into witchcraft. She looked at all of them and she discerned that only one of them had the capacity to inherit her scepter. So he brought that one close and began to give her education. When the first consignment of demons that were supposed to introduce her into the world of demons so that she will be more comfortable with demonic interference than human interference, when the first set of demons were released to bring her that orientation, those of you that know Kogi State, she walked on foot from Ayangba to Lokoja. Think of it. But if you don't know Kogi State, you don't know what I'm talking about. But she walked on foot from Ayangba to Lokoja. And then they told me the name of the pastors that tried to cast out those devils. Names with her. The devils didn't go. I was in 300 level when I was confronted with that deliverance case. As I was asking the demon to leave, the demon stepped out of her and did like this. And his head was high into the heavens. I was speaking in tongues as we normally do. It didn't affect the spirit. And he was looking at me. And I could see him clearly. And we were two trying to do the deliverance. The other brother was not seeing what? High into the heavens with eyes. The face was like one of these cats. But he had the body of a human. And he looked at me. And he told me, not by speaking, through his thoughts. He told me, he said, when we have the advantage over you, you will not survive. So I now told the demon back, why not now? Strike now. Strike now. Why are you looking for another time of fighting? We're already in it. The demon left. The lady was delivered. The mom went and gave thanksgiving in church. Satan waited for 9 years. I thought he had forgotten. He met me in Lagos. When that spirit comes to my house, blood begins to drain out of my body. Learn how to pray now. Listen to me. Those were the days when I prayed to survive. I prayed to live. So when I see my blood draining, I go on my knees and I begin to pray for like 4 hours, 5 hours before the thing will leave. And when it leaves, I'm drained. The next night it will come. I combated it for 9 months. You know, the prince of this world, he will come. You think ministry is a joke? You think it's about holding the microphone and becoming popular and trending? Listen to me. I've told you. There are many that will die. Some on the pulpit before the close of this year. My blood began to drain out. I realized that if I go for a meeting outside Lagos, I'll be free. So even if you are trying to invite me, I will come. I will be there. I'll pay for my ticket. Because when I'm outside, I can sleep. I say, Jesus. So every weekend that I could afford to be out, even though we're doing offshore jobs, every weekend that I could afford to be out of Lagos, I escaped. One of those days. So I know I will fight for Monday, I'll fight for Tuesday, I'll fight for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I escape. Sometimes there's work, there's offshore work, there's work for 1 whole month. So that month, I'm fighting throughout. And those are not things that you tell your wife. One time I was even doing the fight, and I saw my pastor in Kaduna. I saw the spirit. He left me for a moment and he went to Kaduna trying to take my pastor's wife. Because she was about to deliver, she began to bleed and death was coming. I called him, I said, your wife will not die. Be strengthened. But I didn't tell him what was going on. So the wife survived and he was thanking me. Meanwhile, I was still in the fight. I took an invitation and went to Enugu to rest. Not because of the meeting. I can preach, I can tell them something. To just rest my head. And as I was getting ready to sleep, the beast came to that room in Enugu. I said, Jesus Christ. That was a day Jesus allowed me for 9 months. He didn't show up. That was the day he showed up. It was from that day that I can say from the weapons he gave me that day, my rank was increased because that prince came. The reason why he could not kill me was that in the 9-year window he gave me, I never touched any woman. I knew that this entity is stronger than me, but it could not destroy me because he had nothing in me. That was how I got the promotion that made my voice to be heard. This revelation, I've been teaching it since nobody heard me. That was what led to the change in my rank.